Good morning. Today our topic is apoptosis. What is apoptosis? Apoptosis is also known as programmed cell death. Cells can control the time of their death by this process of apoptosis. The term apoptosis literally means dropping off, similar to the old leaf falling from the tree. What is the definition of apoptosis? Apoptosis is a pathway of cell death in which cells activate enzymes that degrade the cell's own nuclear DNA and nuclear and cytoplasmic proteins. The cell membrane of the apoptotic cell remains intact, but the membrane is altered in such a way that the cell and its fragments become targets for phagocytes, and they are rapidly cleared before cellular contents have leaked out. So, apoptotic cell death does not elicit an inflammatory reaction in the host. Now, what are the causes of apoptosis? Apoptosis occurs in both physiological situations as well as in many pathologic situations when cells are damaged beyond repair. Cell death by apoptosis is a normal phenomenon that eliminates cells that are no longer needed and to maintain a constant number of cells of various types in tissues. It is important in the following physiologic situations. Number 1 is embryogenesis. During embryogenesis, normal development is associated with the programmed death of some cells and the appearance of new cells and tissues. Number 2 is involution of hormone dependent tissues upon hormone deprivation. For example, endometrial cell breakdown during the menstrual cycle and regression of lactating breast after weaning, that is after the breastfeeding period is over. Number 3, cell loss in proliferating cell populations such as intestinal crypt epithelia in order to maintain a constant number. Number 4, elimination of cells that have served their useful purpose, such as neutrophils are eliminated in an acute inflammatory response and lymphocytes are eliminated at the end of immune response. In these situations, cells undergo apoptosis because they are deprived of necessary survival signals such as growth factors. Number 5, elimination of potentially harmful self-reactive lymphocytes either before or after they have completed their maturation in order to prevent reactions against the body's own tissues. Apoptosis in pathologic conditions. Apoptosis eliminates cells that are genetically altered or injured beyond repair. Death by apoptosis is responsible for loss of cells in variety of pathologic states. Number 1 is due to DNA damage, radiation, cytotoxic anti-cancer drugs, extremes of temperature, and even hypoxia can damage DNA either directly or through production of free radicals. If repair mechanisms cannot cope with the injury, the cell triggers intrinsic mechanisms that induce apoptosis. Number 2, due to accumulation of misfolded proteins. Improperly folded proteins may arise because of mutations in the genes encoding these proteins or because of extrinsic factors such as damage caused by free radicals. Excessive accumulation of these proteins in the endoplasmic reticulum leads to a condition called endoplasmic reticulum stress, which culminates in apoptotic death of cells. Number 3, cell injury in certain infections, particularly in viral infections, in which loss of infected cells is largely due to apoptotic death that may be induced by the virus, as in case of adenovirus and human immunodeficiency virus or HIV virus infections, or by the host immune response as seen in viral hepatitis. Number 4, pathologic atrophy in parenchymal organs after duct obstruction, such as occurs in the pancreas, that is in the pancreatic duct obstruction, parotid gland, and also seen in kidney. Now, what is the mechanisms of apoptosis? Apoptosis results from the activation of enzymes called caspases. These enzymes are so named because they are cysteine proteases that cleave proteins after aspartic acid residues. So, caspase is the acronym for cysteine aspartate specific protease. Caspases 1 to 10 are identified. They are named in the order of their discovery. All these enzymes are secreted as inactive zymogen form and they are activated one by one. The activation of caspases depends on a finely tuned balance between production of pro-apoptotic and anti-apoptotic proteins. There are two distinct pathways that converge on caspase activation: the mitochondrial or intrinsic pathway and the death receptor or extrinsic pathway. First one is the mitochondrial or intrinsic pathway. Mitochondria contain several proteins like cytochrome C and other proteins that are capable of inducing apoptosis. The choice between cell survival and death is determined by the permeability of mitochondria, which is controlled by a family of proteins called BCL proteins. When cells are deprived of growth factors and other survival signals or are exposed to agents that damage DNA or accumulate unacceptable amounts of misfolded proteins, a number of sensors are activated, and these sensors are members of the BCL2 protein family called BH3 proteins. These sensors activate two pro-apoptotic members of the family called BAX and BAC, which first dimerize, then insert into the mitochondrial membrane and ultimately form channels through which cytochrome C and other mitochondrial proteins escape into the cytosol. These sensors also inhibit the anti-apoptotic molecules BCL2 and BCLXL, increasing the leakage of mitochondrial proteins. Now, cytochrome C together with other cofactors activates caspase 9, which is the initiator caspase of this pathway. Other proteins that leak out of the mitochondria block the activities of caspase antagonists that function as physiologic inhibitors of apoptosis. So, the net result is the activation of caspase cascade, ultimately leading to nuclear fragmentation, which is also known as karyorrhexis. Now, this diagram shows the mitochondrial pathway of apoptosis. As we have seen that the induction of apoptosis by the mitochondrial pathway is dependent on a balance between pro and anti-apoptotic proteins of the BCL family. The pro-apoptotic proteins include some sensors that sense DNA and protein damage and trigger apoptosis, and other effectors that insert in the mitochondrial membrane and promote leakage of mitochondrial proteins. Diagram A shows in a viable cell anti-apoptotic members of the BCL2 family prevent leakage of mitochondrial proteins, and diagram B shows various injurious stimuli activate cytoplasmic sensors and lead to reduced production of these anti-apoptotic proteins and increased amounts of pro-apoptotic proteins, resulting in leakage of proteins that are normally sequestered within mitochondria. The mitochondrial proteins that leak out activate a series of caspases, first the initiators and then the executioners caspases, and these enzymes cause fragmentation of the nucleus and ultimately the cell. The second one is the death receptor or extrinsic pathway of apoptosis. Many cells express surface molecules called death receptors that trigger apoptosis. Most of these are members of the tumor necrosis factor or TNF receptor of family, which contain in their cytoplasmic regions a conserved death domain, so named because it mediates interaction with other proteins involved in cell death. The prototypic death receptors are the type 1 TNF receptor, TNF-R1 and FAS receptor or CD95. FAS ligand, which is attached with the FAS receptor, is a membrane protein expressed mainly on the activated T lymphocytes. Now, FAS and TNF-R1 receive signals from outside the cell, that is, from the FAS ligand or tumor necrosis factor respectively. Now, activated receptors facilitate interaction between the death domain of FAS or TNF-R1 and a similar death domain in the cytosolic proteins FAD, that is FAS associated death domain, or TRAD, TNF receptor associated death domain. FAD activates a cytosolic protease called caspase-8, the proteo that proteolytically activates other cellular proteases. TRAD also activates proteases. In many cell types, caspase-8 may cleave and activate a pro-apoptotic member of the BCL2 family called BID, thus feeding into the mitochondrial pathway. The combined activation of the both pathways delivers a lethal blow to the cells. This is the diagram of the death receptor or extrinsic pathway of apoptosis. Now, activation and function of caspases. The mitochondrial and death receptor pathways lead to the activation of the initiator caspases, caspase 9 and caspase 8 respectively. Active forms of these enzymes are produced and these cleave and thereby activate another series of caspases that are called executioner caspases. These activated caspases cleave numerous targets, culminating in activation of nucleases that degrade DNA and nucleoproteins. Caspases also degrade components of the nuclear matrix and cytoskeleton, leading to fragmentation of the cells, nuclear shrinkage, chromatin condensation, membrane blebbing, and these are the characteristic features of the apoptosis. Now, clearance of the apoptotic cells. Apoptotic cells entice phagocytes by producing eat-me signals. In normal cells, phosphatidylserine is present on the inner leaflet of the plasma membrane, but in apoptotic cells, this phospholipid flips to the outer leaflet, where it is recognized by the tissue macrophages and leads to phagocytosis of the apoptotic cells. Cells that are dying by apoptosis also secrete soluble factors that recruit phagocytes. This facilitates prompt clearance of the dead cell before they undergo secondary membrane damage and release their cellular contents, which can induce inflammation. Some apoptotic bodies express adhesive glycoproteins that are recognized by phagocytes, and macrophages themselves may produce proteins that bind to the apoptotic cells and target the dead cells for engulfment. Numerous macrophage receptors have been shown to be involved in the binding and engulfment of the apoptotic cells. This process of phagocytosis of apoptotic cells is so efficient that dead cells disappear without leaving a trace and inflammation is virtually absent. This is a diagram showing both the pathways of apoptosis, both the mitochondrial pathway and the death receptor pathway. This is also a diagram of mechanism of apoptosis. Now we will discuss some examples of apoptosis. Cell death in many situations is caused by apoptosis. Number 1, due to growth factor deprivation. For example, hormone sensitive cells deprived of the relevant hormone, lymphocytes that are not stimulated by the antigens and cytokines, and neurons deprived of nerve growth factor die by apoptosis. In all these situations, apoptosis is triggered by the mitochondrial pathway. Number 2, due to DNA damage. Exposure of cells to radiation or chemotherapeutic agents induces DNA damage, which if severe may trigger apoptotic death. When DNA is damaged, the p53 protein accumulates in the cells. It first arrests the cell cycle at the G1 phase to allow the DNA to be repaired before it is replicated. But if the damage is too great to be repaired successfully, p53 protein triggers apoptosis, mainly by stimulating sensors that ultimately activate BAX and by increasing the synthesis of pro-apoptotic members of the BCL2 family. When p53 is mutated or absent, as it is seen in certain cancers, cells with damaged DNA that would otherwise undergo apoptosis survive. In such cells, the DNA damage may result in mutations or DNA rearrangements that lead to neoplastic transformation. Now, accumulation of misfolded proteins. If misfolded proteins accumulate in the endoplasmic reticulum, they induce a protective cellular response that is called the unfolded protein response. This response activates signaling pathway that increase the production of chaperones and inhibit the protein translation, thus reducing the levels of misfolded proteins in the cell. In circumstances in which the accumulation of misfolded protein overwhelms these adaptations, the result is the endoplasmic reticulum stress, which leads to the activation of caspases and ultimately apoptosis. Cell death as a result of protein misfolding is a feature of many diseases like Alzheimer's disease, Huntington disease, Parkinson's disease, and possibly type 2 diabetes mellitus. Now, apoptosis of self-reactive lymphocytes. Lymphocytes capable of recognizing self-antigens are normally produced in all individuals. If these lymphocytes encounter self-antigens, the cells die by apoptosis. Both the mitochondrial pathway and the fast death receptor pathway have been implicated in this process. Failure of apoptosis of self-reactive lymphocyte is one of the causes of autoimmune diseases. Another example is cytotoxic T lymphocyte mediated apoptosis. Cytotoxic T lymphocytes or CTLs recognize foreign antigens presented on the surface of the infected host cells and tumor cells. On activation, CTL granule proteases, also called granzymes, enter the target cells. These granzymes cleave proteins at aspartate residues and they are able to activate cellular caspases. In this way, the CTL kills target cells by directly inducing the effector phase of apoptosis without engaging mitochondria or death receptors. Here is the summary of apoptosis. Apoptosis is a regulated mechanism of cell death that serves to eliminate unwanted and irreparably damaged cells with the least possible host reaction. It is characterized by enzymatic degradation of proteins and DNA initiated by caspases and by recognition and removal of dead cells by phagocytes. It is initiated by two major pathways, one is mitochondrial and other is death receptor pathway. mitochondrial or intrinsic pathway is triggered by loss of survival signals, DNA damage and accumulation of misfolded proteins associated with leakage of pro-apoptotic proteins from mitochondrial membrane into the cytoplasm, where they trigger caspase activation, inhibited by anti-apoptotic members of the BCL family, which are induced by survival signals including growth factors. And death receptor or extrinsic pathway is responsible for elimination of self-reactive lymphocytes and damage by cytotoxic T lymphocytes. It is initiated by engagement of death receptors, that is members of TNF receptor family, by ligands on adjacent cells. Thank you.